Don't mind this. Don't mind it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a video that I know all of you are going to enjoy a lot, and that is going to be another story time video with Jessie. That's right, sit down, have a cup of tea, because this one's going to get deep. So I was sitting there the other day thinking about what sort of videos I wanted to film and if there's any story videos that I could share with you guys, because I know that you guys like them. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to have to do something absolute shitball cray in order to come on and talk to you guys about it on this channel, because I've got nothing. But then I thought about it and I was like, hang on a minute, there's that one time at band camp. So today I wanted to share my stories about the times when I was what they like to call a bit of a delinquent. Yes, it is true, your home girl used to steal. I know it looks like I still do now, trust me, those days are over. I actually used to steal when I was little, and trust me, I was little. I was in like primary school, like first ever school that I went to, 6 or 7 years old. It wasn't anything, you know, too major. So the first time that I stole something was probably, as I said, when I was 6 or 7. To be honest with you, I don't really know the exact age, but it wasn't recently or any time, you know, in the last like 1 year. Kidding, everyone. Okay, so I remember being at my next door neighbour's house, and this has been when I was growing up as a child, you know, as a little kid. I was at my next door neighbour's house. I always used to go over there for some reason or other. You know, my mum did love me, but I always had to go over to my neighbour's house and talk to her all the time. So I went over there one day, I was on the couch. I still remember it clearly to this day. I was on the couch and I was just sitting there talking to my next door neighbour. And all of a sudden I had this like sort of thought in my mind that I wanted to go and see her baby, because she actually just recently had a baby like not that long ago, and I really wanted to go see it for some reason. I guess because I didn't have any like brothers or sisters, I was like, I just want to see that newborn fetus. So anyways, I made up this lie to her that I could hear people out the front of the house and I was going to go see who it was. So I got up and I was like, oh, you know, what is that noise out there? Are those little kids out there again? Like, I'm 6. She's like, I can't hear anything. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, I'll go and look. I'll just go make sure that there's no one at the front of the house. You know, we don't want anyone knocking on the door interrupting our tea time, because you clearly have better things to do than to be sitting on the couch with a 6-year-old. So anyways, I went in and had a look at her newborn, God only knows why. And then for some reason or other, and I can't believe I did this, but I just walked into her and her partner's room. Like, as I said, this is my next door neighbour, by the way. This isn't someone that's like, you know, I'm really good friends with or whatever. This is my next door neighbour who's like 30 or whatever. Walked into her bedroom and I'm just chilling around, looking around, and I looked on her dressing table and I was like, oh, you know what I could really do with? A piece of jewellery. So I saw this ring, didn't know what it was, didn't have any value to me, it was just shiny and silver, and I picked it up and I just put it in my pocket, and then I walked out and I was like, yeah, I don't know what that is. Anyways, I better go off home, you know, mum's probably looking for me. God only knows where she was at this time. And anyway, so she's like, okay, that's fine. I went home. About an hour later, I heard a knock on the door and my mum answered, and I didn't know who it was at all, but it was my next door neighbour. She was absolutely in tears, crying, and she's like, I've lost my engagement ring. Of course, I didn't fucking know what it was, hey? So anyways, my mum walks in and she's having a go at this neighbour, like, why would my daughter steal your engagement ring? My daughter doesn't steal, like, don't you come over here telling my daughter, you know, like really backing me up. And they walk in and she's like, Jess, the next door neighbour wants to know if you stole her engagement ring. And I'm like, well, of course I bloody didn't. She's like, Jess, you know, she said that it was there before you came over and then it was gone when you left. Did you take it? And I was like, yeah, all right, I did, okay, but I just wanted to wear it grocery shopping this afternoon. So I actually put the engagement ring in my dresser and I was waiting to wear it to grocery shopping. I mean, I didn't know it was her engagement ring. Why would you take your engagement ring off and just leave it sitting there for someone to take? I mean, really? Aren't you supposed to wear it? Doesn't that mean you're committed to your husband? Isn't that the whole point of an engagement ring? Seems a bit fishy to me. So the next little issue that I had was when I went to, and this was all in like this, you know, the space of like a couple of months. Like, I didn't do this over a year. This was like a couple of months that I was going through a phase. I don't know if I was just trying to get attention or whatnot, but this was all in the space of a couple of months. So the next time that I stole something, I went to the service station with my mum. She was filling up the car, we both went in, and I walked past the little like candy little part of it, and I was like, oh, Maltesers, I'm kind of hungry, don't want to pay for it. I don't know why I did that either, really. I mean, I could have just paid for it. My mum bought me an ice cream. I don't know why I didn't ask her could I have Maltesers, but for some reason I just wanted to steal it, so I stole it. Then when we got home, I was actually in the car. I had the nerve in the car to like open up. I was like, And my mum was like, where did you get those Maltesers from? I was like, oh, we actually did like a dancing competition at school with me and my friend group, and my friend gave me some Maltesers because I was really good at dancing. And she's like, oh, that's great, Jess, that's really terrific. I'm like, I know. So when we got home, after my mum had bought me an ice cream, she was being really nice to me, so I was like, you know what, I'm sure she's going to understand if I tell her what went down. I'm just going to be honest and let her know that I stole these Maltesers. So that's what I did. I basically said to her, Mum, you know, those Maltesers, I didn't get them at dancing, I just took them, you know, it's okay, fine, ground me, whatever. But she did worse than that. She actually made me go all the way back to the service station and walk in with the Maltesers and tell the guy at the service station that I'd stolen them. It was the most mortifying moment of my life. Funny story, about 2 weeks later, he actually got fired from stealing from the till. Don't want to say I had anything to do with that, but coincidence, I think not. Anyway, don't want to take credit for that. So the next moment that I had was when I was in class, and I had enough stationery to last me about 500 years, but I don't know, for some reason or other, I just wanted other people's highlighters by the sounds of it. So anyways, one time when I was in class, this is once again in the spur of that, you know, couple months, I was sitting there and everyone went off to lunch, the bell had rung, and I was like, you know what I just really feel like doing is stealing all of my peers' stationery items out of their desks. So anyways, I just did exactly that. I was sitting there and I would open up people's desks, because you know how you were sitting at like the desk in primary school and you'd open it up and you'd have all your pencil cases in there. I just opened people's pencil cases and I'd take out highlighters and pens and pencils and just pop them in my like bag, or like pop them in my shirt and then walk to my bag, put them in there, whatever. And I was actually in a position where one time I was doing it, I think it was only like once or twice that I did it, but this guy walked in who was in my class and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm just practicing my times tables. 4 and 8 and 10. And I actually legitimately mimed it. Like I was like, I'm just practicing my times tables. And then he walked off and probably thought, you're a fucking idiot. Then I got home, took all my pens and pencils out, admired my collection, and then my mum walked in and said, once again, where did you get all these textures? My mum wouldn't actually realise if I was bald now, mind you, but she realised when I used to steal pens and pencils from my school that she hadn't bought me. Logic. I was like, you bought me these, remember? Oh dear, getting thrown through menopause already, are you? And she was like, no Jess, you've stolen these, haven't you? Like you stole those Maltesers and the engagement ring. I was like, you've got absolutely no faith in me. Yes, I did. So anyways, rather than saying that I had stolen and telling the teachers, she was actually a cleaner at the school. She cleaned like every couple of weekends just to help out. So she actually took them back, put them in a plastic bag and left them on the floor. And then the next week that my teacher came in, we were all sitting there and she's like, oh, the cleaner must have picked up all these. And everyone was like, that's my texture I've been looking for ages. And then someone else was like, that's my pen that I wanted. And I was like, yeah, isn't that great that what they found it? Wow, that's terrific. What a good cleaner. She just knows fucking everything, doesn't she? So that is basically it for this story video of the times that I used to steal things. Sorry. I think we've all done it, haven't we? No, probably not. So that's it for this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll try and think of more story videos to film, and I'll get back to you on that one. Peace out. See you later. Bye.